What a time to be alive. It seems feminism in Nigeria has been nuked. Feminism no longer exists in Nigeria. Or, let me put it better, feminism in the way it has been propagated by some online gurus has been totally unraveled and completely, disemboweled. Nobody believes what a feminist says anymore. Let's talk about it. So what am I talking about? Recently, on the Nigerian Twitter sphere, there has been an issue going on between a popular Lagos big boy by the name of Elvis Olubi. Elvis Olubi is the co-founder of Paystack, a popular Nigerian fintech software. And anybody in Nigeria and Africa will probably know about Paystack. And it was one of the leading tech softwares at its time. And he hit big with that. He and his partner hit big with that tech company because they sold it for $200 million to a company named Stripe. So being the co-founder of the company, obviously we could assume that he was entitled to half of the money that he sold the company to. Basically, that transformed him into a rich kid overnight. A classic rags to riches story. And over the years, as in typical big boy, Lagos big boy fashion, he has been all over the internet, talking about his lifestyle, his luxurious lifestyle, the women in his life, that kind of normal Instagram shit that we normally see in our society today. But what was particularly interesting is that this nigger presented the facade of somebody who was in the LGBT community. He had a unique way of dressing. He claimed to be someone who was queer, Q-U-E-E-R, whatever that means. Well, in other words, maybe he was in the alphabet people. There were rumors of him having sex with his cat, and he had a particular like for popular Nigerian feminists online. The most important being people like Maki, her real name is Chiamaka, Uloma, and a certain Ozzy, a Tommy, or Ozzy, whatever. So what now happened? Over the years, they have been doing their dealings, they've been chilling. There's a popular picture of a house, a pajama house party. There are several tweets of Uloma and Maki adoring him and all that. Well, we know what all that means. Young guy makes a lot of money. He has access to women. His kink was feminist women. I don't know how he got this queer behavior. There are even rumors that the US government did a little bit of, psychological exploitation on him and his life to influence the Nigerian people. Whatever you want to say, the point is that this is a basic rags to riches story. Young man becomes rich, has access to women. Women are attracted to his lifestyle and they maintain and enjoy themselves over a period of time. But what now happened, and this is the core of the story. There were now recent reports by one of his feminist concubines, particularly Maki, who sent a post claiming that Mr. Ezra, our Lagos big boy, has been an abusive partner and started releasing tweets of his abusive and perverted nature. And that opened a whole new can of worms in the Twitter sphere. Before you know it, we have screenshots of chats between Maki and several other feminists like Ozi Etomi. Other people even weighed in, brought out several chats of Maki, Uloma, Ozi Etomi worshipping this guy, wondering why is it that he's suddenly an abusive partner. But all the while, they have been basically addicted to him. They couldn't wait to get beside him. They couldn't wait to be with him. They couldn't wait to enjoy his money and his body. But suddenly, he's not the abusive partner. These allegations were so serious that his company, Paystack, which is now owned by another company, decided to suspend him and start formal investigations on the allegations. Then the bombshell now came. It was now rumored that Maki and Ezra had a formal committed relationship. And it seems something happened that made them break up. And it's now believed that it is that breakup that made Maki bitter and decided to expose Ezra for all his failings. Nobody is absolving Ezra of whatever failings he has. That is just the point. If he was a perverted, abusive partner, fine. But what was happening all the while between 2021 and late 2024? All of you were all over this guy's dick. You couldn't have enough of him. You loved and adored him. But what now changed? Why is it that when you decided to break up with him, that's when you suddenly remember that he's an abusive partner? And as further information got revealed, it was found out that Ozi Etomi, one of the feminist lords, was having regular conversations with Mikey, and both of them expressed their desire to be with a man, marry him, have sex with him, of course, have children with him, and divorce them within 5 years. These were clearly stated in several text messages or messaging chats between both of them. In fact, Ozi Etomi is even known that she divorced her husband roughly within 5 years of their marriage and gave a lot of disparaging statements about him over the years. And Maki was in agreement in all this, with all these statements about marrying and divorcing. And who was she planning to do it with? Ezra Olobi. At least he wasn't so foolish. He knew what the game was. There are even rumors that, or even confirmation that Ezra actually borrowed Maki $55,000 to sort up some family issues with her brother. So what the hell? Look, I'm not the one to focus too much on online celebrity gossip and news, but the truth is that these feminists are lying to you, just as my previous video. There is no true feminist. I am here to see a real feminist, and even if they are not in Nigeria. That is for sure. Most of these people are still playing the classic game that regular women play. Pretend to a man, make him believe you are what he's not. That you are what you are not. Lure the man into liking you and becoming committed to you. Once he's committed to you, extract as much resources as you can. And when you are tired or when you've extracted to your fill, you then cut loose, leave him worse off, and disappear. Isn't that what every regular woman does? Even the so-called good women. The so-called good women at least are honest and are loyal about it. So-called good women will at least, be with you, collect your resources, but they ensure that they are loyal to you. Yes, your resources are being collected, but they are loyal, they take care of your children, they assist you with your home, your empire, and your work environment, and your home environment, and they maintain the family unit. But these feminists will lie to you that they are independent. They don't need a man. They will even go as far as saying that men are the problem in society. Patriarchy has always been a problem. But when it's now time to act on that independence, they start looking for one rich, wealthy man that they can prey on and utilize him for resources. So guys, this is just a classic example of women or feminists lying to you. As I've said in my last video, if a woman who claims to be a feminist cannot pay your bills for 5 years straight, I won't even say 5 years, let her do that for just 1 year. If you go out, she pays. If you live together, she pays the rent. If there's an electricity bill, she pays. Water bill, she pays. Medical bills, she pays.